About $3 million in Oklahoma tax dollars will help purchase Bibles for Oklahoma classrooms across the state. But there's controversy over which Bible the state should buy.
Yeah, Good Day Oklahoma's James Kiefover joins us live now. And Jameson, what are lawmakers saying about this?
Well, Shelby and Wayne, it was a mixed reaction from lawmakers when State Superintendent Ryan Walters announced that the state would buy Bibles for every classroom across Oklahoma, and he directed educators to teach the Bible actively within their classrooms. Now there is some controversy over which Bible the state should purchase, and there's only 1 week left for those options to be submitted to the state for consideration. Now, according to the State Department of Education, they are looking for some specific items inside a Bible. So they say that they are looking at the King James version of the Bible in Oklahoma classrooms that also have the Pledge of Allegiance, Bill of Rights, and the U.S. Constitution. But critics claim only one Bible, the one endorsed and sold by former President Donald Trump, fits those criteria points. Now, that's become a key disagreement among lawmakers. The Oklahoma Freedom Caucus endorses Walters' efforts here, but some lawmakers are concerned of the narrow scope of the search, specifically centered around the Bible endorsed by Trump.
This is not about access to Bibles. It is about Ryan Walters sucking up at the national level. Pure and simple.
As far as Trump, that's totally not involved. This is being put out for competitive bid. The thought is to get the highest quality Bibles that we can for our money.
The process for companies to bid on the contract with the state ends in just 1 week. Representative Fugate says if a request for a proposal is created to entertain just one vendor, that's bid rigging, which breaks federal law. He says he wonders why Walters feels the need to give money to Donald Trump, since that specific Bible is sold by Trump. But a spokesman for the Oklahoma State Department of Education says there are hundreds of Bible publishers, and they expect a robust competition for their proposal. Now, the Bible that's endorsed and sold by former President Donald Trump sells for $59.99, and buying the number of Bibles the state wants, which is 55,000, that would put the state over that $3 million threshold that they've allocated for this project. But the Office of Management and Enterprise Services in Oklahoma, which helps departments with these types of contracts and purchases, says other departments within the state have to buy books and publications, but they get it at a significant discount, and that's something that they want to help OSDE with. But there is only 1 week left for any company that wants to put that Bible into the state. They only have until Monday, October 14th, to put that bid in. Reporting live for Good Day Oklahoma, I'm Jameson Kiefover.